Hello, my name is Emmanuel Shea Fumi Sunshine, and I am a certified career development coach. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that we do not learn in school. Maybe you did, but I'm pretty much sure a lot of people, and a lot of people currently, are not getting this kind of opportunity, and that is choosing the right career path for you. There are three strategies I'm going to share with you in this video. I might be able to talk about more on one, and you could send a DM or you could drop a message if you're interested in learning about the other two. I'll be more than willing to help you. So I call it the PSI model. P as in personality, S as in skills, and I as in interest. These three ways are more than enough for you to know how to choose the right career path for you. Now, if you're listening well, I'm using the word career path because I believe that as humans, we are actually cut out to be able to do more than one profession. So on your career path, on your career journey, one of the things you would realize and understand is that you're able to do multiple professions. But the onus lies on you to decide which is best for you. And this is one of the things I help people do. I help them to identify several career paths they can take, and then you just choose which is best for me. I'll use myself as an example. I always like using my story. Growing up, I wanted to be a medical doctor, not just because I had the intellectual aptitude for that, but because I liked the idea of being called a medical doctor. And of course, my glasses and my looks really didn't help. A lot of people would see me and say, "You look like a doctor." So the environment I was in reinforced my interest in wanting to be a medical doctor. And this led me into going into the science department. And I did so well in my what do we call it now? In my high school days, since I wanted to be a medical doctor. Unfortunately, I would say, I didn't end up being a medical doctor. But could I have been a medical doctor? Very much so. So why did I change? I'd go ahead. Getting into university, I read economics, honestly, and I went ahead to get master's degrees in business administration with specialization in entrepreneurship, and then specialization in organizational behavior and human resource. So you see, these are like two ends of the coin. But based on my interests, I was able to choose a career path in medicine, which I would have been able to achieve if I had pursued that dream. Now, talking about the second model, remember I said it's PSI, that's skill. I'm very skillful when it comes to music. I'm very skillful when it comes to language and arts. I mean, skill is something you might necessarily want to call your gift. All right, these are things that sometimes we either don't learn them, or learning them comes to us very easy. It shows that you have high aptitude, high skill in that area. And of course, you know the way people are. Why don't you be a musician? In fact, I wanted to be a professional drummer who would be going on tour. But of course, I was not supported to do that, so I had to go to school. And that's why I ended up in university anyways, studying economics. But that area of skill could have opened other career doors for me, either as a musician or as a writer or as a speaker or as a coach, because I found out that I have very high intrapersonal skills and interpersonal skills. as well as what I call verbal linguistic skills. Now, you're going to find out all these about yourself. I would give you resources where you can go to and do this test for yourself and understand who you truly are. Talking about the last strategy in the model, which I call personality. Yeah. So with personality, you get to understand your temperament. We have 4 basic temperaments. On the spectrum of being an extrovert, we have what we call the sanguine and the choleric. On the spectrum of being an introvert, we have the melancholic, and then with the most introverted people, we call them the phlegmatic persons. And now, I also took that test and discovered that, based on my personality, I have this and this and this. And based on these facts, I'm able to choose a career path in this industry. I'm able to become this kind of person. And honestly, if you ask me, it's always good to have options, okay, just to know your area of strength and know where you are able to improve upon. Having this knowledge about who you are can help you to make insightful decisions about choosing a profession. Now, you can say you're already in a profession, and sometimes when you do not find job satisfaction in the profession you're doing, one of the things that causes job dissatisfaction or work overload could be that a lot of times we find ourselves in the wrong profession. One thing I tell people is this: when you make your passion your profession, when you make your area of strength, area of interest, your strong personality traits your profession, work becomes play. All right. So where people are technically, or in quote, suffering burnout, a lot of times because of your zest, you tend to exhibit more. That's it. You tend to exhibit more. For example, if you employ me to be an accountant, I might suffer more burnout than someone who is very fantastic and loves dealing with numbers. I mean, I'm pretty good in math, but I don't think I love math that much. On the flip side, if you employ me to be a writer, I could sit down for days and keep scribbling and writing, and I don't think I would suffer any burnout. So you see, based on my skills and my interests, and of course my person, I'm able to decide what works best for me. I'm going to stop this conversation here, but like I did promise, I would give you resources where you can make your own research about who you are. So for your personality to know who you are, I would advise you to just go online and do the temperament test, okay? The 4 temperament test. Now, we are always a mix of 2 or 3 temperaments, and in subsequent videos I might explain that. But if you want to know more about that, you could also reach out to me. And then because of this mix, sometimes it could be a claw male, or a male flag, or a male flexan, and stuff like that. It makes your prospects very big in terms of career decision. So look up on temperament test on Google and take anyone you see coming your way. Talking about skills, I would ask you to take the test on the theory of multiple intelligence. Okay, just go online, theory of multiple intelligence test. Run the test. There are free ones you can do, and then it will show you your areas of skill and competence, and even suggested professions that you can do. I'm talking about interest. I mean, you know yourself best. Look at the things you do easily. Look at the things that appeal to your senses. Look at the things that appeal to your sense of judgment. I mean, there are some things you say and you're like, oh, it just quickens you, right? That could also be an area of interest for you. Sometimes maybe the background you're from. Everybody in my family is a medical doctor, so maybe that's why I like being I want to be a medical doctor. So look at all those things, juxtapose them together, and see what works best for you. If you're still having confusion about this, you could always drop a message. Like I said, I'll be more than willing to help you. Again, my name is Shay from Me Sunshine, and I am a career development coach. Thank you for listening to this.